This program is for mature audiences only. Be warned, Minnie swears like a trooper. Trashy bitch.
The makers of this program would like to begin by acknowledging and thanking the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who are the traditional custodians of this land we are upon. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging.
Hey Minnie, we're ready for you. Minnie? Oh Minnie, are you sad it's the end of the show?
No, I've just had my dick taped up my fucking ass for 10 weeks and my dick is sore. Roll the fucking titles.
Well, hello and welcome, you fabulous viewers, to the last in the series of Live from Stonewall, starring the fabulous Minnie Cooper. Woo! Yeah. I'm Steve Milne and I'll be your host for the next hour and a half of fabulous finale. It's a hands down biggest show of the entire series. Speaking of fabulous, some of the most fabulous and famous faces from around the world are joining us tonight. Check out who's coming on your screens. Music superstar Casey Donovan, the gorgeous Tim and Rod, the fabulous Queenie Van der Zan, TV legend Kelly Crawford, Aussie sexpert NIKKI Goldstein, superstar Gronk Carla from Bankstown, queer as folk icon SHARON GLESS, divine diva Prinny Stevens, and gay Sydney councillor Chris Patel. Plus, I'll be revealing Queer Screen's top film of the week. Oh, it's going to be an amazing lineup. We're so excited. Plus, we're celebrating our chosen charity and those people in the community going the extra mile in Little Heroes. Now, if that wasn't enough, the sexiest barman is in town. Can you guess who he is? It's Sexy Barman Yvonne! Woo! Gorgeous bar tonight. Now, keeping the tunes going is our incredible in-house DJ. It's the amazing DJ Johnny Blue Boy! Woo! I'm loving that jacket. Now, our socially distanced production crew and guests will be kept safe and sanitised thanks to Pandemic, the masked cleaner. All good there, Pam? There we go. Give it a good rub, Pam. There we go. Oh, she doesn't stop cleaning. Right, get off. Now, without further ado, here she is, plucked and tucked and ready to open us up. It's Minnie's big opening.
Thank you very much, Johnny. Thank you all for coming tonight. Hope you enjoy my little song. Thank you very much. Steve, he's my bitch. Aren't we a pair? I'm 9 inches off the ground. He's got twinky blonde hair. But where are my gowns? This place stinks of bleach. Yvonne, he's well groomed. We're socially distanced and thank fuck Pandemic approves. But where are my gowns? Send in my gowns. What a surprise as I walk through Stonewall's doors. The producers, they had me dress up like some common cheap whore. Making my entrance again, tucked and waxed pubic hair. Not sure of my lines. No fucking auto cue there. Mike, auto cue, Mike. Don't you love a drag song? That's my fault, I feel. I thought that you'd want what I'd want. I'm sorry I'm so queer. But where are my gowns? My sparkling backless gowns. Pam, where's my fucking gowns? What a surprise! You all tuned in to see. I've come to feel about you as you felt about me. Our final show you will see that I love all the gays. It's not a surprise. I'm such a cliche. Yes, I'm a bitch. Those are my jokes you hear. Keeping my comic timing this late in my career. But where are my gowns? Here's my fucking gown. And darlings, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Australia. Thank you, world. And thank you most of all to me. Oh, fuck, I feel like a big dick stuck in a really cheap condom. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of Live from Stonewall, and please welcome my co-host, Steve.
That was your best one.
You say that every week.
I know. Can you believe it's been 10 weeks, Minnie?
Yes, I can. 10 long weeks.
10 long weeks, love. Here we go. Now, listen, our first guest is a singer-songwriter, theatre star, queen of the jungle, and just performed the world's first ever drive-in concert. Take a look. Oh, we love that. It's so fantastic. It's the amazing Casey Donovan.
Hi, Casey. If we get to... Look at you, looking at me, looking at you. You don't have to sniff the camera, Casey.
You're on, love. You're on.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't think she knows
she
me.
can't fucking hear us.
Hello.
Yay.
I can.
Oh, you can. Oh.
Hey.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
You looked exactly like my mother when I speak to her. Like she's not listening, but you are. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Can I just say, that concert looked amazing. Who wouldn't love to get a toot of a horn at a concert? It's much better than
and
applause.
I got
What do
plenty
you
of toots.
think?
They're a very horny bunch.
Oh, tell us about it. What was it like doing that? I mean, it looked amazing. They loved it.
It was so much fun. It was so great to be back on stage, and I think it's an absolutely fantastic concept. Haven't even had a wine yet. Jesus.
Don't worry, I've had 4. At home.
At home, yes,
No.
not allowed, not allowed. Can I ask you, you're obviously in Mamma Mia, and I just have to say, I lived in London for so long. I saw Mamma Mia, not Mamma Mia, I mean Chicago, and you
I was
played
like, was
Mama
I?
Morton. No, I say you were.
That's heaven.
Yeah,
Was I in Mamma Mia?
Yeah, you
God.
were in it. No, Chicago. I saw Chicago 7 times in London. I loved it that much. It must have been just
Wow.
so good.
It was so much fun, and Mama Morton is such a great role.
Yeah.
She's just sassy and bossy, and she
Yeah.
doesn't do nothing for nothing, and she was just so much fun to play.
And it must be nice for you to be able to not just sing, but do acting roles as well. Because I actually saw you in Rent as well. You were amazing in that as well, I have
Oh,
to say.
thank you.
You are
No, I
just
do. I love to put on my acting hat and get out there. I mean, it's so different to what I do is sing. So I guess it's just emoting through character and you know, talking dialect.
And you look
character
like you
script.
really struggle with that. And it was in 2004 you won Australian Idol. How old were you when you won Australian Idol?
I was 16.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
So
Such a child.
young.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's so...
And then in 2017, you came back into our lives and
I
won our
did.
hearts in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Didn't you? Was that just I thought that experience for you was just incredible. What was it like for you personally?
Look, it was an amazing experience, definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I don't think I'd ever go back in the jungle. But, look, it tested me in many ways, and ways that you don't get to kind of be tested in day-to-day life. And, you know, I faced a lot of fears and ran from a lot of fears, but it was just such a great experience. And I met some lifelong friends in there. And I know it's cliche to say, but it really does change you as a person. It takes you out of the everyday, kind of what ISO is doing to people.
Yeah.
You know, changing us for the better, I think.
Is it really as scary as it looks on the telly when you watch? Like, are you literally that scared of everything and, you know, the food you have to eat and all that crap?
Oh, my God, yes. Because what people don't realise is you detox. So the first 2 weeks, like, and I had given up smoking going into the jungle, so my taste buds, and I got all the taste back. So when you're eating dung beetles
you
and
would have been a
assholes
nightmare.
and ball sacks
Yeah.
of animals, you can taste every bit of
Every
it. So,
ball
you
sack
know,
you
it's
could
delightful.
taste. Absolutely.
And you actually have a bit of a history here at Stonewall. You did your big, sexy, what was it called? Let me check the name of it. It's
Big, beautiful and sexy.
Big, Beautiful and Sexy, and that you
I
bloody well
did.
are.
No, thank you very much.
And what was it like getting into the world of cabaret? Do you enjoy that as well?
I do. I love it. It's such an interesting world, and it's, you know, it's just so much fun to be a part of, and I like
We
it.
all love a cabaret
Bit of
show.
a one-woman show.
Yeah.
I do have one question for you. You know, you were so young when you won Idol. What was that experience like for you growing up before you hit I'm a Celebrity? Because it must have been a bit of a struggle at times being so young, hitting that celebrity so young and having such fame. How did you deal with that?
Look, it was definitely interesting, you know, coming from a 16-year-old high school girl to then being known right around Australia and having all these people calling out my name and coming up and just hugging me at random intervals of the day. You know, it was beautiful, but it was a lot to take in. So, you know, growing up through the many years and reinventing myself and finding new things about myself and branching out into musical theatre and, you know, into the cabaret style, it's, you know, I've had such an amazing career.
Yeah, you've
I
done
mean,
it.
and it's just been really fun, and I think I've really come into my own now being 32.
Oh.
Oh,
it's
you're
a
only
long way.
32.
Wow.
God, you've got a career of a 50-year-old. That's
I
amazing.
feel 80. Yeah.
Oh, I do have to admit, I did love you in the Coles ad.
Down prices. Up,
Down. That
Yeah.
was, I did love you in the Coles ad. Yes,
was great.
Evan.
Oh, what's coming up next for you? What's coming up for you next? What are you doing?
Look, hopefully when the ISO ends and we can get back out and get back on stage, I'd love to get my new music out there. And I've had a lot of downtime, as everyone has, to just write and create and be creative. And look, I've lost a lot of work, so it's getting back out there and doing things like the drive-in entertainment and seeing what, you know, what new things I can embark on.
It's funny, we're all doing things we never thought we would a few months ago. Isn't it crazy? But it's great.
Do you think if you performed at next year's Mardi Gras, that's how they'll do it? Everyone will drive in their cars and bip their horns for you? Everyone was
dear,
still
that
lining
would
up
be
last
hilarious.
year. May as well line up in your car.
Why bloody not, I say.
You were amazing at Mardi Gras as well. Powerhouse you
Oh,
are.
thank you. It was such a great night, and that's before all of this stuff happened. So, you know, it's kind of like a little last hurrah before another hurrah.
Have you know what you should do? Release a write a gay anthem, because the gays bloody love you. Everyone at Stonewall loves you. If you released a gay anthem, I can guarantee you it will go straight to the top of the gay charts.
Oh, look out. Something to think of.
Yeah, well, you know, somebody's got to plant that little seed. If you plant that seed, gay things might happen.
Just do a musical mashup. That'll work, wouldn't it? Just do a musical mashup. We love that.
That could definitely work, actually. Who knows? Watch this space, I guess.
What was your favourite musical theatre role you've done so far? Because you've done quite a few now, haven't you?
Ooh.
You
Yeah,
were
I have. Oh,
You were amazing
goodness.
in it. You just chewed that roll up and just spat it right out. Oh, yeah, there you go. Eat that. Oh, you were amazing. You were so talented.
Oh, thank you. I honestly couldn't pick one. They all bring something unique to the table for me, and you know, I've been able to take a little bit away from them as I, you know, move on with my life. And oh God, if I had to pick one, I guess playing Mama Cass in The Flower Children down in Melbourne, which not many people got to see, but it was just such a great role, and she was such a fantastic lady and with a big heart. sadly.
Oh, you would have been amazing in that, actually. I can see that being... Oh, I wish... How come I did not know about that? Steve.
What?
You have let me down yet again.
Oh, here we go. I always get in trouble, honestly. I don't mean to. Thanks, Casey. Listen, can I ask you, do you have a favourite musical? Because obviously, you know, you've done a lot and you love doing it, but have you got a favourite, like just a song that you love or a musical that you just can't stop singing to?
Oh, look, I love Dreamgirls.
Oh, yes.
Oh, why don't you give us a little bit of
us a song,
Dreamgirls?
come
Can you
on.
do a little bit of Dreamgirls?
Put you on the spot.
And I am telling you...
Good God.
Oh, sorry, I'm not meant to do it,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well
No,
done.
I loved it. That was beautiful.
It was good.
Come on, I'm waiting, Casey.
Go on, then.
I ain't got a
Oh,
fucking all
sorry.
night. I'm almost
You put
50.
me on the spot. I've got my Carol Baskin shirt on. Did anyone notice that?
Oh, I like that.
I love Carol Baskin. Did you love that series?
I couldn't get enough, to be quite honest.
Would you like to play her in the musical?
Maybe, who knows?
You could make a great Carol Baskin. Whack on a blonde bang and off you go.
Oh, here we go. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. I've been inside for too long.
Okay, I've cast you a tick.
Brilliant, you've got the job.
Yes.
Casey, you're our first guest tonight. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's so great to speak
Thanks
to you.
for having me. You're
Stonewall
beautiful.
loves you, Casey. Thank you for coming.
I'll see you soon.
Oh,
Love
she
it.
was a hoot. She'd make a great Carol Baskin, I have to say.
That's hilarious. Right. Okay, I'm going to do... What are we doing now?
We're doing a few birthdays.
Okay, birthdays.
You know that bit when I do, you go, oh, I'm glad that's over. You know
Yeah,
that part of
that
the show
bit.
that I do where you're always happy it's over? Remember that. But
With the
I'm doing the
lesbian birthday.
birthdays, ladies
Yay!
and gentlemen. We've got DJ Adam Love. We've got Delia Hall, the Stonewall accountant. Not that she's paying me, nothing at the moment. Luca the barman and our mailman, Maxie Shield. Give it up for old Maxie Shield. She must be at least 22. Happy birthday to Erica! Also, Graham Lewin, Kane Wallace, Lynn Clark, and Ophelia Shaft. And ready for the lesbian happy birthday?
Yeah.
Everyone get your tongues out.
My favourite bit.
Hey, you got your tongues out yet? Right. Oh, God, I can't look at that. Oh. Here we go. After three. 1, 2, 3. Everybody. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. That's so gay.
Oh, I love it.
So, next up, ladies and gentlemen, we've got something very, very special. We've put together a little bit of a video about what Stonewall means to people, and we're going to show it to you right now. Here we go.
What Stonewall means to me?
What Stonewall means to me?
Stonewall means acceptance.
It means family.
Love, acceptance, family.
Family.
Stonewall is the heartbeat of our community. It's about a place where everyone comes and loves each other.
Stonewall was the first queer venue I stepped foot in Sydney.
Equality, friendship, family, and most importantly, it's a place where you can be yourself.
I feel a great sense of home here. It's like a pillar of our community.
Hello from London. For me, Stonewall has meant that I've been able to live the life that I was meant to have. I'm so proud of you guys for everything that you're doing. Sending you my love.
It's a place for the LGBTIQA community to come together and have a good time and celebrate.
Stonewall is like that weird person who you love, who's not really your auntie, but you call them your auntie, who you go to when you know you just need a hug.
Every time I walk in here, I'm like, I'm home. I'm home.
Stonewall is the first club that I ever went to in Sydney, and I fell in love with it straight away.
I literally, from the age of 19 when I came out, Stonewall has been my safe space.
Stonewall means to me, I guess, a cultural centre for our community.
Stonewall in Sydney has got a special place in my heart. It was the first queer space that I went to in Sydney. On that night, I had my first ever kiss with a boy.
Stonewall is where I still come. I have a spot that I like to sit.
Stonewall means a lot to me. It's a lot of drunken moments, it's a lot of kisses, it's a lot of touches, and it's a lot of I can't remember the next day kind of situation. But you know, it's always a fun-filled memory.
Somewhere where we can all meet together.
It's always fun, it's always a good time, and I cannot wait to be upstairs dancing in the cages real soon. Mwah.
Sending you lots of love, Stonewall.
I absolutely adored that.
Love that.
And all those people that have been following us since the very beginning, I'm going back to episode 2. That's episode 2. For all those tens of people who've stuck with us all that time, you may have remembered that I chatted to a young girl called Gia, and we're going to catch up with her again. Here we go.
Hi, Minnie! Hello, Australia!
Hello, LA. How's everything going over there?
Good.
It's good,
How's
right?
it for you?
Oh, it's all right. Still, it's sort of in lockdown. Be happy when I get out. So congratulations on your success with your Respect single. I believe it's almost up to 2 million views, actually.
Yes, Minnie, get it right. 2 million views!
And BP, what's it like managing 2 girls?
I gotta tell you, it's great. The girls, I love the girls. And it was really nice that we had our first episode together because I've been with Danica now for quite a few months. So when she got to a level that she was, good enough to join Major Minus, and she was invited to join the cast, you never know how kids are going to work together and the dynamics. So I was so impressed with the girls that when we finally got together on our first episode, they worked so well, and they were just like sisters.
I know. And speaking of sisters, BP, Gia, you said you would sing a song with me. Do you remember saying that?
Yes.
Well, I think we should do a tribute to one of your favourite mentors, Danny, because, many years ago, her and her sisters sang a song. Sisters are doing it for themselves. Do you think we should head to the recording studio and do a little tribute?
I think we should.
I think we should. Let's head. Yay! Well, I think we should head there right now. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go. I'll see you real soon, guys, in virtual reality. When they used to say,
Minnie, don't you know the words by now?
now there was a time.
Minnie, I think you're a little sharp on that note.
Oh, BP's taught you well.
Sisters are doing it for themselves, standing on their own 2 feet and ringing on their own bell. Sisters are doing it for themselves.
Now, who can say they have ever been given shade by a 10-year-old?
Well, she did give you a shade. Minnie, that was great.
I know. Yeah. You can watch the full thing online at 9:30 tonight after our show, because we wouldn't want to interrupt this production, would we? No.
No.
But, Steve, it's time for you to rack off.
All right, bye.
Because I've got some really fabulous guests, ladies and gentlemen. They were the winner of the amazing race. They also appeared on our very first episode doing a little video that they did a workout, and I also got a workout. Please welcome, now Pam, they're my guests, not yours, rack off. Pam, it's no time to muck around. Please welcome Tim and Ron. Hi, boys. I adore you both so much, and it's actually like a childlike way, I have to say. It really is. I just love your pure joy that you have with each other. When I watch your Instagram stories, it's like I go back to my childhood and 2 little boys watching Disney movies. That was my life.
That makes us so happy.
Yeah, talk into that. That's called a microphone.
That honestly, Minnie, makes us so happy. And thank you. We are so excited to be here. We had so much fun episode 1, and we can't believe it's been 10 more down the track, but we are so stoked to be here. And you look absolutely beautiful.
I know, and so do you. Can I just say, if that episode 1 was on VHS, it would have been worn out by now, I have to tell you. So, what has been the most favourite thing for you being in lockdown? Because I noticed that you like to fucking scare each other.
Yes. Oh, it's the worst.
Who's scared the person the most? Who's had the biggest scare?
It is my favourite thing in the world to scare Tim. It's just that he's just such an easy target.
He's always on edge. I don't know what's going on.
and his facial expressions and everything as well. It's just like all you need to do is he's like,
And where did you first meet? Is what I want to know.
We met through mutual friends on Facebook, and literally the second I met Rod, I was like, oh my God, this is everything I've ever wanted and more. And it was literally love at first sight. We were over the moon. We got our butts on the race, and that was just the greatest thing we've ever done. But
Can you say that again? Our butts in the race?
we got our butts in the race, won it, and then but ever since lockdown, we've been trying not to lose our minds. There's been times there where we've felt like we're going crazy, and then I don't know if you've seen a few of them.
I've seen
some
it.
of the crazy.
I've seen it. I follow
some
you.
of the crazy challenges and stuff. I don't know. And just keep us sane and something to laugh about, and hopefully make other people smile.
A little bit. He did ghost me on Grindr to start with.
Oh, did you? Is that when you first really met? Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. And who actually proposed first? I believe it was you.
Yeah, so he didn't really see it coming either.
Can you tell me about that? Because I saw the one on The Amazing Race. Can you tell me about the first one?
Yeah, well, we were living in Newcastle at the time. I got my best friend Jeremy, who's better be watching at home right now.
Hi, Jeremy. Is he as hot as you?
Oh yeah, he's gorgeous.
Oh, hi, Jeremy.
Although he's taken.
Oh, doesn't matter. It's never stopped me before. You're sitting right there, boys. No, I'm joking.
No, I got him and another friend of mine. We set up the backyard, got all fairy lights and candles and a big arch and covered it in flowers. This bit of a pathway down in the backyard. I told that many lies to Tim on that day. All Tim wanted to do is, can we just have a chill day watching movies? I'm like, no, stay out. Let's stay out. Oh, do you want to go get a drink? It was just any excuse under the sun. And then I got home, and because I always scared him, he thought someone was going to jump out. I turned all the lights off in the house so that the backyard looked amazing. And he's like, what the fuck? Don't you scare me.
Yeah, he scared you with a life of commitment.
Yeah, exactly. He drank a lot of champagne that night.
And you guys went on The Amazing Race. I actually watched your proposal today, and I actually got teary when the part of it that really got me was when you said you found the person that you never thought you'd find.
Yeah. Honestly, thinking back to that moment, we said I knew in my heart of hearts, if we make it to the end, hands down going to propose to Rod, because he obviously proposed to me, and I wanted that opportunity to propose back to him. But it was just, Bo was standing there in front of us. We had all the other teams around. It was just, I've got to do this. So boom, got down on one knee, popped the question again, and you said yes. But that was the most magical moment. We struggled to put that into words of what that meant to us, because super fans of the show, to get on it was amazing. Then to win it was just, we still pinch ourselves.
So that's why you entered, because I actually had what made you enter The Amazing Race? So you're super fans.
Super fans. We love our trashy reality shows.
Oh, don't we all?
The trashier, the better.
I love Dance Mums.
Yes. How good's that? That's one of our favourites as well.
Oh, do you love Dance Mums?
Abby was.
Of course you do.
We watch YouTube clips of the biggest fights of Dance Mums.
Can you believe there'd be a television series where you'd have a dance teacher that would go to prison and end up in a wheelchair and still teach dancing?
She's iconic. The Housewives is a favourite of ours. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh yeah, love Beverly. Who's your favourite housewife?
Hands Lisa Rinna.
Yeah, me too. I think we were separated at birth, boys. I think we were.
You need to get on that show. You'd be iconic. You'd smash it.
I'm not a real woman. And if you think I'm a real woman, then you've had too many things in your lifetime. So tell us about the flower challenge. What made you do that?
Ooh, that was messy. That was really messy, that one.
I'm sure that's not the first time you boys have been in a mess.
A couple of times. No, honestly, again, we've been losing our minds in ISO, and it's just like, what can we do? We just want to make people laugh. And we saw, who was it we saw?
Someone on YouTube. Someone did
Sophie Monk actually did it.
Sophie Monk,
and we thought this would be hilarious. And then we had a lot of built-up energy, and we're like, we just want to smash each other's heads in the pillows and whatnot. So,
and I'm sure you do that on a regular basis as well.
do what we're good at, right?
It was messy.
Oh, we're going to watch your flower challenge. Here we go. I didn't realise we had it.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Scissors, paper, rock. Boom. All right, ready? Scissors, paper, rock. Boom. Oh my God. Scissors, paper, rock. Oh my God.
tell you later.
You know what was one of my other favourite ones was when you did the TikTok and the twerking and you moved around the kitchen. That was months ago, though.
But TikTok's crazy. You've got to be careful on TikTok. We've got that many videos taken down. They're so strict.
Oh, really? Why did they get taken down? Because you're fun?
Yeah, we're having
Pretty
fun.
much.
We're twerking in the kitchen, but apparently that's too much for TikTok. So I don't know what's
Really?
going on. Yeah. Careful.
Did they get taken down, the twerking one?
We had to
Don't worry,
it.
I got it saved on my phone.
Yeah. We had to cut out. That was about half the twerking, which actually made it on the original.
When Stonewall opens back up, we'll come and twerk with you.
Yes.
One last question for you. What was the hardest thing about The Amazing Race?
I think like sleep deprivation. Like people like see it as an edited version, but you'll like fly overnight, like race all day, hardly eating, and then like again, it's just like, now do this challenge, now work out this puzzle, and it's like, I haven't slept in 3 days. What are you making me do?
Oh, it just sounds like a Mardi Gras weekend to me.
We drank about 20 coffees a day on that race. Like,
Yeah,
all the
wow.
other teams were asleep on the plane, and we'll just at the back. We can't sleep on planes, so we're just at the back of the plane necking coffees.
Wow.
Coffee, caffeine addicts, the whole thing.
Do you know what? I think you boys, you know what I love? That 2 gay men won The Amazing Race. And what I like, and this is nothing against effeminate guys, but it's what straight people think of gay men.
Yeah.
And you're 2, let's say, average Australian men that are gay, and you won The Amazing Race. And I just think that's fucking awesome.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and it's because, you know, there's that whole gay thing that they all think all men are flamboyant. And not that a flamboyant guy couldn't win The Amazing Race, but it's so Australian. Do you know what I mean? I just love it so much.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful.
You're just so sweet.
Oh, thanks so much, Vinny. That's beautiful. Thank you.
God, you're killing me.
Yes.
There's a siren. The
You
police
got to
are
get
coming
off
to get
because
you.
my makeup's going to be.
We love you, Minnie.
So
we love
cute.
you. Thank you.
I love you boys too.
You're the best. And you've made us laugh so many times over the past 10 weeks, so thank you so much.
Oh, do you think I'm funny?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I just think I'm funny looking.
You can pay us for that comment after if you need to.
Don't worry, I've got nothing to give. I could give you my house, but, you know, that's all I got. But ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the
Thanks so
gorgeous
much.
Tim and Ron. Thank you. You really are just so gorgeous. Oh. Pam, clean the seats. Oh my God, I've got to get my act together. What did you think of that, Steve? Oh, you boys are so gorgeous. I just love you so much. I'm your biggest fan.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that was just nice to meet the boys in the flesh. You know, we had them on, was it week 1?
Yeah, and I even got a kiss. What did you get?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Oi. Well, I know where they are. They're out the back. Hey. Right, now, this code's got together quite nicely. Let's move on to my favourite part of the show. It's Just the Tip. Oh, it's me again. She's an international... Sorry, my mind
Yeah,
was
you're
somewhere
like
else.
the host of the show,
Oh,
Steve.
I know. Thanks, Minnie. I got distracted.
It's easy to get
I
distracted
know.
with them
It
around.
wasn't it? She's an international musical therapist, Australia's Got Talent semi-finalist, and has been keeping her Fanderstool supported and educated with a Corona vlog and helping literally tens of people. We have one more exclusive video this week from her, and this time she's joined by a ton of celebrity friends. It's Jan Vanderstoel.
As you probably know, whenever there is a difficult time in Australian history, there is always an artist who steps up and leads us through these difficult periods. So, as my gift to you, Australia, I'm going to interview my long list of celebrity clients to find you someone who can guide you through this pandemic.
Now, Magda, you've done this before. So it says here that you have worked a lot with children in a kids' performance ensemble. So that's lovely, dancing and singing. Would I know any of your songs?
Oh, look, I mean, possibly.
Julia, we all know you as the lovely, warm, funny, peppy.
Hi, Jen. I've got an audition, so I've got to have a shave. I'm sorry, but...
But the one I want to talk about with you just for a moment is the Henderson Kids, which you did as a teenager. What was it like working with Kylie Minogue?
We haven't seen any singlets or underpants hanging on our neighbour's hills hoist for months. So I think that people might need to change their smalls.
Also, I mean, you're so famous, you know, as the SBS newsreader, and we all know you for your kooky dress sense.
I think you're thinking of Lee Lin Chin.
And there are so many more videos you can watch on her Facebook page. Look her up on Facebook, Jan Vanderstoel, so you can see them all. And we're so excited to finally meet the woman behind the wig. It's only Queenie Vanderzan.
Hi, Queenie. Oh, look at that glamorous backdrop. I love that you've taken your own advice about the backdrop.
I have indeed. I know this is my little music studio. And excuse me, what? I thought I'd gotten dressed up at home, but look at you. You're next level. You are
stunning.
Darling, I've always been next level.
Oh, my God. It is amazing.
Thank you. I'll send it to you when I'm done.
Yeah, it won't fit me, but thank you.
I'll stretch.
Now, listen, we've been watching you each week, which has been so good here. Tell us the story of Jan. Tell us the story of Jan.
Well, she's a bit of a mix, but she basically came from this moment when I actually went to this psychic reading when I was young, when I was about 19, of a friend of my mother's, and it was in a scout hall. I literally lifted this woman's life and basically made her into my character. She doesn't know. Hope she's not watching. And I went to this psychic reading, and she was up there. She's a friend of my mum. She's also Dutch, and she was there at the front of the room. She was going, okay, I feel something. There's about 10 people in the scout hall that we were in. She had a little podium there. She was like, I feel something in my tummy. Oh, that's painful. Yep, no, this person has passed over, I think, from stomach cancer. It is a man, 35 years old. Does that sound familiar to anyone? And there was a woman in the front row, and she put up a hand, and she was really, really crying, and she went, my husband passed over 2 months ago from stomach cancer, and he was 35. And this woman went, no, it's not you. Anybody else?
Brilliant.
And I remember just thinking to myself, oh, my God, you should have said yes. You should have said yes. But the thing is, Dutch people, they are brutally honest, even if it doesn't serve them. Yeah. You know, I mean, that no one else put their hand up, so she had to move on to someone else. Like, I just thought, why would you not go with that? And it made me think years later when I came up with this character out of the blue about this sort of self-helpy character, I thought I should make her, Dutch. And a friend of mine suggested making her Dutch because it's a funny accent. And then I thought, oh, I know, I'm going to put it together with this woman's life because, it sort of all just kind of gelled together from that moment. So, yeah.
Brilliant. We love it. We love it. It's been great each week, haven't we?
Queenie, you have super, super talent. There's one video that I watch all the time, and it's when you did Twisted Broadway and you sang What Kind of Fool Am I? To me, your voice just... Can you speak about that performance? Because to watch it, it's almost like out of body to watch. It is phenomenal. Like, I get chills. We actually listened to it again today. I had bubbles on my skin.
Oh, thank you. Well, it was just it was a charity performance. I've been involved with a lot of different charities over the years, Hats Off being one of them, and Twisted Broadway being another. And it's a great charity, Twisted Broadway, where they ask music theatre performers to get up and sing songs that are usually sung by men, and vice versa. So, women singing men's songs, men singing women's songs. And so I sang that song, Being Alive, not Being Alive.
What Kind of Fool Am I? I'll tell you what you sang, Doll.
What Kind of Fool Am I? Being Alive was a different year. And I remember at the time thinking, I should really pull my finger out. I hadn't been sort of publicly performing, because sometimes when you do charity things, you go back to the same things that you've done many times before and think, oh, I'll do that. That's an easy song for me to do. And I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to really pull my finger out. I'm going to learn a new song. I'm going to really challenge myself. And so I remember I did make quite an effort, I remember, and really thought it through, and thought that'd be a really good song. It was just, they filmed it beautifully. It was an amazing night. The orchestra was incredible. They lit it beautifully and they filmed it so beautifully. And it's been a very interesting thing because, it was an amazing thing that night. Was really, the audience went ballistic. I was like, wow. wow, this was amazing. And thank God someone captured it and put it on online, because besides doing what it was supposed to do, which was raise money and entertain the audience, it's actually been quite an amazing thing having it online and having it watched so much, and so many people, like beautiful people like you, loving it. It was great.
You have an incredible quality as a performer to transcend, and not many people can do that, and you have that quality, and it's just magical. I wish I had it.
Thank you.
You are.
Oh,
You do, Minnie.
It's really, you really are magical.
Can I ask you
You're
about?
very transcendent tonight.
Can I ask you about the new show coming up? Isn't it Here's to the Ladies with Rhonda and Amanda and Lucy? Tell us about that.
Oh, well, it wasn't. It's actually been. It was on Mother's Day, but it was beautiful. You can't see it online, unfortunately, anymore. It was a one-off thing.
I was so disappointed. I wanted to watch your second song again. That was another transcendent thing you've done. Amazing.
Thank you. But yeah, that was a lovely. The Memo Music Hall in Melbourne is doing shows every Sunday night live on Facebook, and they've just got the most amazing setup there because they're being supported by Renegade Films, who film Rock Whiz. And so, they've got this amazing. The filming of it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So, and they're doing stuff every week. And I'm maybe going to be doing something there coming up in sort of June, July. So watch this space. Yeah, it's one of my own shows. So that'll be fun.
And on that evening, you sang a song that I have loved ever since I was a little kid, because I loved Annie, and you sang Tomorrow, and that song gets a bit of a bad rap, but I love that song. I have to say, it is a guilty pleasure. And apparently you're going to give us a little rendition tonight, which I'm so excited about. Is that true?
I am, yeah, because I truly hate that song myself, It's so funny.
I love it.
It's the funniest thing. I've always hated that song. But the reason why we did it in the show too is Tyron Park, who directed it, he saw me singing it on Facebook, on my private Facebook page, and I sang it with my daughter Billy, who was in the bath. And we actually sang it because we saw... we didn't see it, but we live in Parkdale in Victoria, and there's a very tight-knit community. It's very villagey here, and we live just opposite the train station. And one day I went to the shops, and there was all these people milling around, and a woman had thrown herself in front of the train, and it was sort of middle of the lockdown, and I felt so sad. I just thought, she lives here, she lives in our suburb, and we let her slip through the cracks, and nobody knew somehow, and she just couldn't see that another day was coming. And that night when I was bathing Billy, and Billy was in the bath, I just started to sing it, and I decided just to film it because Billy sort of came in and the chorus was very cute. And because I just thought it's that awful thing that I think many of us have felt through this period. Certainly I have, of a real kind of depression of just thinking what is coming next, and it's frightening, and it's been scary, and sometimes it's been fine, but some days it's been awful. And for some reason that song just suddenly really connected to me, and so anyway, I thought I'd share it for anyone that was feeling like that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Now when I'm going to hear that, I'm really going to hear it tonight, Queenie.
Well. Here's my note. I have to get my note from the piano. Here we go. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's almost none. When I'm stuck with a day that's grey and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow. So you've gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, I tomorrow, you're only a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
Queenie, thanks for that. You've just ruined my fucking makeup.
Oh my God, that was
mole?
you can't do that to the gays. We're all in tears.
Oh my God.
You
I can't wait
can't.
to rewatch that again and cry properly.
That was
darling.
that was
Oh, it's
incredible, and the
beautiful.
story behind it, that is so moving. Thank you so much. That was stunning.
You are such
You're
a...
so welcome. And thank you guys for your incredible service over this period, because I know that you have made many, many people happy from doing what you do. And I know it's very, very difficult putting all of you behind the scenes, everything. It's such a labour of love. And I thank you for all of what you've done for everybody.
And Queenie, thank you for your beautiful gift of talent.
Yeah.
I love your talent. It's just, I've loved you for a very long time. But to speak to you like this and to hear that was just...
Amazing.
Amazing.
Well, it's mutual, darling.
Thank
It's
you.
mutual. Thanks for having me, boys.
Thank you, Queenie.
Big gals.
Oh my God.
Happy times, happy times.
I know. Here we go. We'll keep going. That was gorgeous. We have so much more coming up on the show tonight. So if you've just joined us, here's what's coming up next. TV legend Kelly Crawford, Aussie sexpert NIKKI Goldstein, superstar Gronk Carla from Bankstown, queer as folk icon Sharon GLESS, divine diva Prinny Stevens, and gay Sydney councillor Chris Patel. Plus, I'll be revealing Queer Screen's top film of the week. Now, our show runs on donations, so if you are in a position to help at all, chuck a few dollars our way via our GoFundMe page. Details are on our website, stonewall.live. Now, we are live on Facebook tonight. Yes, we are. So you can like, comment, and you can share us around. Okay, guys, massive news. Huge news. We've been nominated for a Time Out Award. Yes! Time Out said they have decided to put on the Time In Awards as a tribute to the lockdown legends who have done so much to enhance our Eyes of Life in Sydney these past 2 months. And we are honoured to be nominated alongside some other awesome live stream shows. The Time In Awards are voted on by the public, that's you, and the winners will be announced on a live stream on Time Out Sydney's Instagram page on Tuesday, June the 2nd at 7 p.m. Voting closes on Sunday the 30th of May, so if you'd like to vote for us, please do it now. We'll be forever grateful. Head to stonewall.live so you can find the link and you can vote for us. We would love that. Our next guest is a household name in entertainment. She's an actress and a singer who spent 10 massive years with the cultural phenomenon that was High Five. Please welcome the gorgeous Kelly Crawford. Kelly. Oh, we might have put this.
Oh, no, that's me.
Am I here?
Kelly, you look like Minnie Cooper right now.
Wait a second. Am I here?
Yay!
Hi, Kel. I'm so excited to see you.
Oh my God, look how fabulous you look.
I know, and you don't look half bad yourself, girl.
I'll put a little bit of bling on for you tonight. Just
I
a little
know.
bit.
You knew where you were coming. You knew you were coming.
Oh, and your boots.
Oh, no,
Your
I've actually...
The trackies down there.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I was so excited when I heard you were coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited. I watch you guys every single Saturday. I love you so much. You've got great guests and you make me laugh all the time. I love it. Hey, Steve.
Thank you. Hi.
Yeah, this is Steve.
Yeah, no,
So,
yeah.
Kelly, Steve,
Hi,
Kelly.
nice to meet you.
I love how you are so far apart. You're nearly off camera here.
Am I? Oh, I need to come in then.
It's just the way I like it,
Thank
Kel.
you. Yeah, she does that.
I know.
So what's been going on? What have you been up to? What's been happening?
ISO. Well, yeah. No work for me. I'm doing
Or any of us.
It's the same as everyone. But my partner and I, Reese, we sort of started doing an Instagram live on Tuesday and Thursday nights on my Instagram page, just to keep us busy, getting stuff organized, doing a production list and like Googling and researching, just to keep me busy because I'll go out of my brain, I think.
Before we get to the high five, I didn't realise you were part of bloody Teen Queens. I was obsessed.
I was, and I dressed like you, Minnie.
I know. And you know what's funny? I just had put a drag show together and I nicked the title of your band and called it Teen Queens.
Oh, yes.
Yes. You'll have to come and see it and see what we've ripped off.
I would love to see it. I would love to
So talking about High Five, which we have to obviously, you know what I think is really great about that is that, I don't know if you realise this, but you probably have helped inspire so many queer kids with your music. Seriously.
I hope so. High Five was really awesome to be able to be a part of something like that, and of course Teen Queens as well. But High Five just reached out to so many different types of kids. The Wiggles paved the way and it was amazing, but we just did it a bit more poppy and a bit more, they wanted it like Spice Girls, they said. So, and we added girls into the mix. So I think it went really well, and the people and the kids that turned up are inspirational to watch all those kids get up and dance, and I loved every minute of it.
And you did it for 10 years.
I did. Now I've got a broken back and I can't move.
Now, do you guys all still keep in contact?
We do. We really do. And I've had Nathan, Tim and Charlie on my Instagram Live and we've had chats. But I do. Every Christmas I send messages out to everyone. Kathleen and I are super close. She's yet to come on my Insta Live. But, we're really close. It's not hard. It's... After 10 years of working together, you always think it could like break apart, but we actually just loved each other, but we gave each other time and each other space. And I think that's important when you're working together as a group, that you really need to be able to give each other time to like have your own moment and not be in each other's space all the time, because we pretty much lived with each other for like 8 years until...
It was a phenomenon, High Five. Like, it was incredible. You were like pop stars, pretty much. Yeah. Pop stars.
It was pretty cool. I remember when we went to London and we toured, and everyone's like, okay, we had this massive sleeper bus, like, because we had to tour, and they're like, oh, it's Coldplay's bus. We're like, what? This is so cool. We're like all these guys, they slept here and they slept there. We're like, woo. And then we performed at the Hammersmith Apollo, which, I mean, to me is a massive highlight for touring in the UK. Our name was in the middle, High Five, and then we had Kylie Minogue on that side, and we had AC/DC on that side, and I was just like...
And you guys were in the centre. I love it.
We're around, so we had to be like, get the old portable camera out and take that picture, and we're like, someone's got it somewhere, hopefully.
It must have been the best feeling to do those concerts. It must have just been amazing.
You've got to do a High Five Zoom meeting. You know how everybody's doing those reunions? You have to do it. It'll be really great if you all still get along, because you never break a bond like that when you work with people like that. That bond never breaks. You have it forever.
Doesn't. And with me, I also became, because it's not just the five of us that created that show. It was the creators, of course, but it was all the writers. It was the music composer Chris Harriott. It was the crew, the film crew, the lighting, the sound crew, the makeup, wardrobe. Everyone combined made that show happen. And I miss all of them. When I left High Five, I had a bit of a down time because I was like losing like a mass amount of family and people. And it was hard to lose all those people. I'm glad I still stay in contact with nearly all of them. So
it's an experience that very few people will ever experience. So you're so lucky to have done that.
Very blessed.
What was the funniest blooper that ever happened? Because you know it's a kids show. What would be the funniest blooper you can remember? Because I love kids' entertainment when it goes wrong.
The one thing that we laughed about, like, obviously kids get a little bit excited when they're dancing, and this is when we were filming the Song of the Weeks in the studio, and the kids would come in and they would get very excited that they just fart or pass wind, whatever you want to say.
I do that.
So we would be dancing, but it wasn't just one or two. It was like a lot of kids all at once, and the smell, and we had to smile through it and perform, and then we'd go backstage and we'd be like, oh my God, can't cope. Or when we were dancing and turn around, we'd be like, and then the ultimate happened where a little kid did not want to leave the studio, and he went over to the corner of the set and pulled his pants down and pooped. And then came back. pulled his pants up and was like, right, let's get back into it.
Rock and roll.
You got to love kids' entertainment. Once I was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and I jumped on a jumping castle. My leg came out and my head came off. The kids went screaming.
I love that story.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So cool.
Oh, brilliant.
Are you guys coping with everything at the moment? Are you going well? Because this is the final, yeah?
Yeah, this is the last one.
Well, look at me. Of course, I look great, but I'm shit on the inside. No, I'm joking. I actually am joking. I love so much that you joined us tonight. I just think you have a heart of gold. And
you have a heart of gold. Like doing All Together Now, you got me through that, having our chats outside.
I know,
felt
we
like
used to have the
I
sneaky
there.
darts, didn't we? Allegedly.
Allegedly. But, you know, like, I didn't feel like I belonged there at all. And you were just like, you do belong. And I'm just like, okay. And we became like little buddies outside. And I was just so thankful every time I went out there that you were there and we just had chats. And that was like a year ago. Last night.
And do you know what? I find that so astonishing that you say that because you're like an Australian icon. Do you realise that? High five. You guys are icons. You really are. And for you to say that, it just surprised me. Because
No, I have no confidence within myself at all. I've got to find it. It's starting to build back up, but like seriously, you really saved me and got me through that. I get it so much.
And I adore you so much. And you know what? It's all in there. I did nothing. You know that you are something because you are something, Kelly.
You said to me those days, and I was like, okay, I love you, Minnie.
Oh, I just adore you
Kelly,
so much.
thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Give it up for Kelly Crawford. I just love her so much. God, I'm getting so teary tonight.
We're all very emotional tonight, aren't we? Okay.
I think I've got my rags.
Oh, jeez. Now I think we should check in on the DJ. It's Johnny Blue Boy.
I'm doing fabulous. How are you guys?
I'm good. Again, I love your jacket tonight.
Oh,
Look at
this
you all
little number.
sparkly.
Well, you know, I went and got this myself.
Well done.
From a very big Spanish store that I won't name.
Ooh, okay.
But it's one of my favourites, so I thought I'd wear it for y'all tonight.
How are you, Johnny Blue Boy? You know what? I say a lot of shit, but tonight I think I said the worst thing I've ever said, but I won't repeat it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it to me?
No, it wasn't about you.
Oh, that's why.
Can I just say, I love that you're wearing more makeup than me.
Well, you know what? When I saw you on camera last week, I thought, how am I going to look as good as Minnie? I have to wear makeup. I have to wear something. I hope it's worked.
And you have. Thank you. Thank you.
It's just blusher, really.
And can I just say, not only does he DJ, he fixed my zipper.
He did.
He fixed my hair, put in my tiara, and what have you guys done?
Nothing.
You'll get the bill next week.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, I've got nothing to pay you. I'll
don't worry.
pay you in Diamante. How's that?
Well, that will do. That will do. You can
With
do
a
a jacket
tiara.
like this for me.
And what's been your favourite DJ gig you've ever done? What's been your DJ highlight?
You know, not being biased, but I think one of my favourite gigs along Oxford Street would be Stonewall. Because it's one of those places, no, truly it is. It's one of those places where as soon as you walk in, you know this is a place for everyone. There's some gay clubs that they cater more to certain genders or certain types or styles, but this place, it really does cater to everyone, and there's nothing here that people can't enjoy. Everything here is enjoyable.
Yeah, you know who's welcome here? The human race. That's what welcome here.
Yes.
Everyone.
It doesn't matter whether you're male, female, or whatever you describe yourself or identify as, this place caters for you.
And can I just thank you for all your sound effects tonight because they've been great.
I hope they've been on
Loving
cue.
them. Yeah, they've been good.
Do you have a sound effect for his hair?
Let's have a look. Try this one.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant.
That's the brush over.
That's brilliant on call. Okay, last week we released our brand new original song and music video, We Are the Girls. But as everyone knows, no song is complete without a massive Super Camp Mike Club mix-up. Super Camp Club remix. Oh, yes, it is. So we enlisted the help of our super DJ, Ray Isaac, who has had #1 dance hits all over the world, to bring us the We Are the Girls Queens remix. Yes, we have. And if that wasn't enough, Ray has even given us a brand new remix music video as well. Check it out.
Each day, make the world more gay for you.
our song. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to have a Nikki up my pooper.
What a banger. Thank you, Ray. You did an amazing job and we absolutely love you. Now, speaking of camp, June sees the launch of the Sydney Pride Festival 2020. The aptly named Love Stream will launch on Facebook on Thursday, the 4th of June, hosted by the amazing Varushka Darling, with special guest speakers. The Sydney Pride Love Stream will be an online platform for the Pride Month from the 4th to the 30th of June. Now, Sydney Pride Love Stream will bring our community together and give information and dates of queer streaming events. This is a time to pass on the history of Stonewall and the first Mardi Gras in June in 1978. It will also raise awareness and education of our LGBTIQ charities. This year, we'll be putting the focus on how we have changed through the pandemic and how our online community has become more important than ever. Sydney Pride Festival 2020 will remember our pursuit for acceptance and total equality for all of our LGBTIQ community, connecting together in solidarity. This is a Love Stream Pride. For more information, head to sydneypride.com. Okay, it's that time of the night where I think we should check in on the bar. What do you reckon?
Yes.
Yvonne!
Make it a stiff one!
Every time.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Thank you for
guys.
socially distancing over there.
Are you enjoying your pretend drinks? Good.
It'd be good if it was real.
What are you drinking there, Nikki?
I think it looks like Ribena in water.
Yes, that's exactly what you're
Well
drinking.
done.
That you'd be
Yeah.
correct. And what do you think of the view over there?
You mean this view?
Yes,
Yeah,
that view.
This view.
Oh.
This view is not so bad. This view is not bad either, but I must admit, on a cold, nearly winter's night, this is okay. But I feel like we're isn't this un-PC? Like if this was a woman, everyone would be like, oh, we're shaming.
Oh no, once I had a woman standing downstairs rubbing me in the crutch. And I was like, if I was a man doing that, woman, that wouldn't be allowed, but it happened to me, I felt violated,
Well,
Nikki.
look, do you know what? Speaking of stiff ones, I think it's time for you to see and chat to Australia's top sexpert. What do you
Shan't
reckon?
we please welcome
Think we
Nikki
should?
Goldstein?
Right, I'm going to bugger off.
Time for you to rack off. She's got to do the cleaning, Nikki. Thank you for joining us tonight. Do you need a pandemic, do you?
Yes.
Oh, she's
everywhere I
fucking
go.
useless, doll.
No, but when
It looks like she does the work, but you should see her once we've gone. She just sits down there.
Okay, well,
she gets on the grinder.
Oh, well, maybe I really do need her running around with me.
And, being the month of masturbation, that's all she's been doing.
Exactly. One more day to go.
Can you take... Because I was doing a bit of YouTubing of you today, and then I saw, May, the month of masturbation. Can you talk about that? Because I love to masturbate.
Well, there's this all fancy story about some politician in America that was fired because she was promoting masturbation in schools in the sex education program. So, of course, when that happened, everyone went, well, let's turn this into Masturbation Month and make it a celebration and a protest about masturbation. So it's kind of an excuse every May for every sexologist, sex shop, sex toy brand to kind of be able to say, hey, guys, masturbate for May.
Hey, guys, let's masturbate.
I feel like it should be like a fundraiser. Like, when you had
totally.
to walk a certain kilometres, it should be like you have to masturbate so many times and we raise money.
Oh, my God, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
So I believe you've just recently done a podcast helping people with dating. Is that true? Can you tell me about that?
Well, I was very lucky to work with your beautiful Mike.
Yes, give it up for Mike.
Who was also not just a producer, but I think there's an inner sexologist in him, a dating expert as well.
I call that a bottom.
So, in a nutshell, they actually gave us real human beings to put onto dates, and Mike and I had a lot of fun by recording their dates to really analyse what was going on, what their dating styles, what their barriers were, and then we created some activities to help them form connections with real people.
Oh, Dale, you'd have a field day with me. I've got the walls.
But this is what it was all about.
Yeah.
What we found, instead of teaching them like tips and tricks and ways to date,
I love that.
everybody had this wall up in some way, whether it was nerves, anxiety, this fear of being vulnerable. We had some great people that were being very overly sexual, and you would think, well, maybe there's nothing wrong with that, but they were on a dating podcast wanting to form a connection. So that already gives you an inkling to, there's something going on there.
That just says to me psycho murder when they're like that. I just think, I'm going to be dead before the end of the night.
Well, I must admit, our favourite dater was somebody that straight away on dates says to his dates, so would you have sex with me?
Well, I suppose it's true because you get it out of the way.
Well, that's what his reason was. He believed that if you weren't attracted to him enough to potentially have sex with him afterwards, then what was the point of sitting on the rest of the day?
But I don't find that sexual. Like, I think that's just being upfront.
It's upfront, but then there's no room for a deeper connection and for the emotional attraction as well as the superficial. So if you're just looking for one-night stands, then great. If you're not attracted to someone in the first 5 seconds...
Yeah, because that's really... Do you think someone would change their mind whether they thought, oh, I don't find him attractive, but they could change and suddenly find they'd want to have sex with him?
I think you can. I actually think this whole stage at the moment, dating is having a real shake-up, and we're looking at connections, how we feel about someone, how someone makes us feel, do they make us laugh, rather than do they look like our beautiful bartender behind there, which I'm, sure he's a great
There's nothing wrong with that, Obama. Speaking of Grindr, and I believe we've got a little bit of your podcast here to have a listen to.
Oh, good.
I seem to date the same guy over and over again, like just a different name.
I don't want to compromise just because I want a relationship.
I don't have a fear of being rejected. My fear is being alone.
In this series, my mission is to discover what is preventing us from forming real connections and to start mending our fractured dating culture.
Yeah. Would you like to speak about that particular one?
There was one of the ones there that we actually didn't know, because normally, when you're putting people on a podcast, you know something about them. And there was something that she revealed that we didn't know about her, which was that she's a fatagram on the weekends. And I wish you could have seen Mike and mine's faces when we're all mic'd up and we're listening in onto this date going on. And I think I was perving at the sound guy that we had that day. And all of a sudden she says to this guy, on the weekends, I'm in the adult entertainment industry. And I'm thinking, this wasn't in her bio. Then she says, I'm a fatagram and a plus-size stripper. And I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, my God, a story's just coming into my head and I don't know if I should share it. And it's not mine to share, but I really want to share it.
I think you should.
Oh, should I really? Yeah. I know someone that invited, they won't name names, they would have sex with McDonald's burger and root the burger.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of that before?
No, but we have a saying.
Have you heard rooting a McDonald's burger?
I haven't, but if it floats your boat, now we have a saying in sexology.
They don't call it a Happy Meal for nothing.
Don't yuck someone else's yum, right? And in this sense, this is a real yum.
Yeah, and you know what I always say?
Technically.
I always think if you're not harming anyone, what you do is nobody's business.
Yes, exactly.
As long as you're causing no harm, that's what I think.
As long as it's consensual and you're not harming yourself or someone else. And this is where, as a society, we need to drop this idea of the normal sex, what we should be doing, and more empower the individual to say, well, let's work out what you want and what desires that you have and how that works in your everyday life.
Because with that becomes shame. And that's why I think what you're saying is really great. Because as I just said before, if you're not harming anyone, you should be allowed to stick this up your ass if you want to. Because let's face it, I got
it does have a flared base, right? Let's get technical. It has a flared base and you're not going to lose it. So if it goes missing, we may know where it ends up tonight.
Nikki?
Maybe I'll pass on that one.
I find you so fascinating. Is there any other sex advice you could give me before I go?
Oh, lube.
Lube, always lube.
I just feel like it's the one thing that people don't talk about enough, even when we have a look at...
do.
Well, I know the gays do, but let's have a look at safer sex practices for starters, right? Let's talk about lube and condoms.
Yes.
Because when we are teaching, youth to use condoms, we don't talk about what types of lube, and also that if you use a little bit of lube in the tip and on the outside, it reduces the friction, which is going to reduce the chance of it breaking. So, when they're teaching kids to put condoms on bananas and all sorts of weird things, where's the lube in that? Like, there should be a little sachet of lube as well. So, lube.
Yes,
and obviously for other reasons.
Lube. And do you know what? Because I sing a lot of parodies, do you know what my favourite word to sing in a parody is? Penis.
Penis.
I've got a penis. It's such a great lyric to sing.
Really?
Do you love the word penis?
Recently, I really like the word smegma because it freaks everybody out.
Smegma's a real word, isn't it? I personally love cock because it feels really good in the mouth.
to say or to
both.
take it? Yeah.
Cock and cock. Say it. Give it a go.
Cock and cock.
See if it
You know,
feels good.
but this is a word I normally say in my job, so it doesn't shock me to say it.
But it's not about shocking. It just feels fucking good.
I know. Penis, cock,
No,
cock.
penis, it's so technical. It's like penis. Like, this is a penis. This is a cock. It's got meat to it. It feels hearty. It feels like you've had a meal.
You've had a cock.
Yeah, and you're satisfied. Do you like cock?
I don't know about that. We can close these curtains. I'll tell these boys.
Okay, this is turning into a different kind of show. But ladies and gentlemen, during the week, I don't know if you know this, Nikki, but there's fucking ghosts in this place.
Oh.
So I had to contact Carla from Bankstown.
Oh.
And she's a media. What do they call them?
Medium.
Medium, like psycho sort of thing. I don't know what the fuck she does.
Psychic or psycho?
Psycho, I think. But I called her and this is what happened.
Hello, Spirit Mangle is just speaking with Carla from Bankstown. How could I help you today?
Hi, Carla. It's Minnie.
Who?
You know Minnie Cooper?
Minnie?
You've been on my show live from Stonewall. Do you remember?
Oh my god, yes, Minnie Cooper. Hi, babe, how are you? What's going on there?
There's some weird shit going on here at Stonewall, and I think I need help from you and the Spirit Manglers.
What?
Is that possible?
Yeah, bro. Me and the Spirit Manglers, but we're coming.
Have you ever actually been to Stonewall?
Yes, bro. I've been to Stonewall. You gronk. I'm not dumb.
Well, it's in the city.
Yeah.
Don't go Parramatta Road. Make sure you go the City Link.
As if I'm gonna take Parramatta Road. As if.
Okay, see you in 15, girl.
All right, yellow bar. I'll see you soon. All right. Bye.
Fucking better hurry up.
Oh my god, bro. Now I gotta go get ready and do this fucking shit. All right, let's go.
What's your problem? You scared the shit out of me.
You scared the shit out of you, I scared the shit out of me.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong? What'd you call me for?
These bloody ghosts, isn't that what you do?
Yeah, bro, I can fucking feel it. I can tell. Bro.
Where's your bloody team? Is it just you?
Bro, they're outside social distancing. We're not allowed all in at the same time, you gronk.
Get them now. Hurry up. We've got things to do.
Right, hurry up. Yalla, let's go.
Guys, before we get going, can you tell me your qualifications?
Bro, I did a 3.5-week TAFE course at Bankstown TAFE on spirit mangling. That's where I met Sebastian. Because we are best friends now. We do everything together. We only did 3.5 weeks, bro, because we got fucking bored, bro. It was so dumb. The teacher was so annoying.
It was enough to honestly let us just experience everything.
Yeah, bro, we are full involved with like calling upon the spirits. We know how to get possessed, bro. I can talk to the dead, the living, whoever you want.
But can you please explain why these lights keep flickering on and off?
Wait, let me channel that. I'm getting something. Oh, my nipples are hard. I can feel it. I can feel the ghost here already. Yep.
I think that's just indigestion.
No. Oh my. Minnie, this is not a ghost problem, bro. This is a fuse problem. You're such a gronk, bro. My cousin Musti will come in here in like 10 seconds, bro. Fix the whole thing for free.
He is good.
Carla, it's not a fuse problem. It's a ghost problem.
Oh my god, who's that? He's touching my boob. Minnie, stop it! Oh wow. Oh my god. Carla, what's that?
See, Carla, I told you there's some weird shit going on here.
What does it say? I can't read properly.
Death beware. Oh my god. Carla, that's an issue.
What, ingrown hairs?
Oh my god, my nipples are so hard, bro.
Why do your nipples get hard?
Bro, my nipples get hard when I feel spirits bark. Isn't that right?
You lift them up and they point in the direction.
I know, bro, and it's pointing this way.
I think your nipples are pointing towards the male toilets.
Yeah, bro, let's go.
Yeah, come follow me quickly.
Let's go. Yalla.
Come on, Sarah, come.
Oh, Minnie! What happened? That's scary as hell. The nipples got hard. That was scaring me.
Yeah, do your nipples ever get hard?
They do sometimes.
What else gets hard?
Well,
we've been here. We've had Nikki here. You know, many things can happen.
you were,
tonight.
that was a great. You were a good sex therapist as well, I reckon.
I'd be a good sex therapist. You'd get none though.
I'm with you, Willie or Cock.
Cock.
So much better.
Cock's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who? Can we take a vote? Who likes cock?
Oh, I do. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was a trick question. Wrong audience. Just all the gays.
It was a rhetorical question.
It was just a question. Right. There are more episodes coming out on Carla's Instagram page, so make sure you follow her at Carla from Bankstown. Hilarious. Now, there is still so much more coming up in tonight's show, including Queer as Folk icon Sharon GLESS, Divine Diva Prinny Stevens, and gay Sydney councillor Chris Patel. Plus, I'll be revealing Queer Screen's top film of the week. Okay, our show runs on a donation, so if you are in a position to help at all, chuck a few dollars our way via our GoFundMe page. Details on our website, stonewall.live. Now, we are, of course, live on Facebook tonight, so you can like, comment, and share us with your friends. Now, speaking of friends, we want to thank all of you, our amazing viewers, for your support over the last 10 weeks. And we want to give a special mention to some of the incredible viewers from around the world who have been championing us from the very, very beginning. We've got Connor from Enmore. Thank you to Lara from Melbourne, Ariana from Peakhurst, Patrick from New York City, Matt from Paddington, Sarah is from Kirribilli, and we've got Amy from Parramatta, Mickey from France, and Norman in London. Thank you, guys. They've sent in their pictures, and they've been watching us every single week, and we give them a huge, huge thank you so much for watching. Of course, there's so many more like you watching as well, but big, big thanks to them. Right then, Minnie.
Are we excited?
Yeah.
It's time for you to go.
I'm going to bugger off again.
Because I've got a very special guest. Pam, get cleaning. Because if that seat ain't clean, your life ain't going to be worth living. But from what I've seen in that video, are you a ghost? You don't actually exist, do you? You're not real, are you? No. Clean, clean, clean. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my next guest, Ian Horner. Up you come, Ian. I know it's hard to pull yourself away from a van.
Sure.
I know. Thank you for joining us tonight.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I'll pull that microphone up because, you know, pretend you're going down on the cock like that. You know what, Nikki, you should not have come tonight. You are a bad influence on me. No, it's all me. Thank you for joining us tonight. And I believe you've done some incredible work that we're going to have a look at right now. Can we have a sneaky peeky look?
Absolutely, yeah.
Come on, let's have a look. Roll the tape. Oh, it's all the magazines you've done.
Oh, that's right. There were some stories that some awesome people.
It's all right.
Really terrific people to talk to. You get to meet some wonderful people. Yeah.
Oh, we can talk over that. Sorry, we normally can't talk over the reel. Sorry, normally I go to talk over. I'm so sorry. I'm new at this. It's my first time at the job. So can you talk about all the amazing work of that stuff that we just watched that I stuffed up because I'm a moron?
Look, working for DNA, I've done a lot of work for them. We've got to meet some great people. I love interviewing Mika. We did him a couple of times.
Wow. And who has been the favourite person you've ever interviewed?
Oh, I would say cross between Lily Tomlin.
Wow.
She's just
wow.
amazing.
You know what? I thought you were gay. Now I know you're really fucking gay. It's like I've touched Cher. Now I know I'm really fucking gay. Lily Tomlin, wow, that must have been a real treat.
Oh, she's great. She's the sort of person that says, oh, look, Ian, I'll give you my email address. Oh, here's my phone number. Oh, look, I've got 2 phone numbers. I'll give them to you both.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, she's a real genuine person.
And I believe you also caught up with an icon for us, Sharon GLESS, I believe.
Yeah, she's terrific.
And we're going to watch that interview now, and I can't wait. Do you mind if we watch it?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sharon Gless is with us right now in lockdown in Miami, in Florida. How you going?
Hi, Ian. I'm here without my red wig.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you. Watching Queer as Folk was a rite of passage for so many gays. Debbie Novotny was the role model mum that so many of us wished we had.
I was so attracted to the role of Debbie. Someone had sneaked me the script. And I read it, and I called Showtime, who produced it. And I went after that part. Because I just knew there'd never been a character like her on television. Certainly not a mouth like hers on television. And I knew it was going to change lives, or I hoped it would. And I wanted to be there. It was a true honor to play her. That's honestly.
Well, Queer as Folk played its part in talking about HIV at a time when many wouldn't.
I don't know if you remember the storyline of where my son Michael falls in love with a boy who's HIV, and played by Bobby Gant, and I was totally against Michael dating this man because he had HIV, and you think Debbie would be so supportive of a young boy who was ill. But I loved the way they wrote it because Debbie didn't care about the boy who was ill. She cared about her son getting sick and didn't want that boy anywhere around her son. There was a part of me that felt badly playing Debbie like that, but she's a mother. And that's real life.
There was a lot of nudity on the show too, and that must have taken quite a bit of courage for the cast.
It took great courage for them. But they did it, and the respect that our producers showed them whenever there was a sex scene on Queer as Folk. The boys who were involved, usually just two, were called into the producer's office, and the cinematographer was there, and the director was there, and they were able to talk about it and say what they felt awkward about. The boys were honored. Their feelings were honored about what they were about to do.
You certainly did bring class, including that scene where Ted and Emmett bring some dildos out to teach you how to do blowjobs. You weren't afraid to do anything on screen, were you?
Barney was on the set. My husband was on the set the day we shot that. He'd flown up to Canada, and he watched me shoot that scene, and I kept hoping he would say, "She doesn't need lessons, boys." She didn't say anything. He just sat there and watched it. It was a fun scene.
Yeah.
Very, very fun.
Look, your previous hit show, Cagney and Lacey, was also groundbreaking, in this case for women. And there'd never been a show like that.
Well, actually, the person responsible for pushing that change for women was a man. And I ended up marrying him 10 years later. First feminist I ever met was Barney Rosenzweig, and he carried that script around with him for 7 years trying to sell it. Nobody wanted any part of it. It was easier selling Queer as Folk than it was selling a show about two women.
Queer as Folk, it's a show that still continues to draw crowds around the world. Everyone watches it. We love it. Tell us about the viewers that gave you some feedback. What sort of things did they say?
I got mail, quite a bit of mail from young boys. I'll just give you an example of one boy's letter to me, that his best friend, he thanked me for the role I was playing, and that they'd never had anything like this before, and that his best friend didn't get a chance to see the show. He'd never seen it, and he killed himself. He ended his life because he thought there was nobody that was like him. And I used to get mail quite often like that Queer as Folk saved young men's lives because they got to see someone who was like them, and it was all right. Believe me, I had no idea when I asked to be on the show that it would be that powerful. I still, not as often, but I still have men come up, they're older now, but come up to me on the street. Barney and I'll be walking down the street and they'll ask for a hug from Debbie. And I always give it. Always.
What an incredible interview that was. She is an icon, and that moment when she talked about the young boy and his friend just broke my heart, because it's not the first time I've heard that story. And thank you for getting that interview for us. It was incredible.
Isn't she marvellous?
Oh,
Yeah, just terrific.
Absolutely marvellous. She is like, don't you wish she was your mum?
Oh, there's so many people that wish Debbie Novotny was their mum.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, she looks a bit like my mum. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Ian Horner. Come on, Pam. She keeps cleaning. She keeps cleaning. Only a few more times to clean, Pam. The night's almost over. Then it's back to Centrelink for you.
Oh, thanks, Pam.
Thanks for nothing.
Right, it's time to take a look at our top movie pick of the week, thanks to our friends at Queer Screen, helping you discover the best queer films you can watch right in the sanitised comfort of your own home. Our final film is a multi-award-winning documentary and a hidden gem, Political Animals. It's the inspiring true story of 4 very formidable lesbians who lead from the front in the fight for LGBTIQ rights. Bound by being the first openly gay members of the California State Assembly and their desire to leave a footprint on the world, these fierce women went from activists to elected officials, prepared to be engrossed by the stories of these political animals.
What a vindication of those countless, often anonymous heroes who made an entire country realize that love is love.
We're sick and tired of being abused and beaten and bashed and killed.
In the 1990s, 4 openly gay representatives were elected in California.
You learn very early that it doesn't pay to be a good girl. You need to be a bad girl.
Got a lipstick in one hand and a bayonet in the other.
They authored laws that changed the course of LGBT history.
The more you can keep people from knowing people different from themselves, the more you can tell them lies about that other group.
This is the most dangerous lifestyle in America, far worse than smoking or driving without seatbelts.
Anytime I was on TV, anytime I had a platform, I wanted them to know I was queer because I thought they liked me and it would help.
This morning, the mayor got personally involved, marrying one of the best-known lesbian politicians.
It is never hopeless as long as you resist.
I think it's about fairness. I think it's about equal rights.
I believe it's the duty of strong women to be forthright and visible.
That is why you are here, to make the law.
Wow, an incredible and powerful film. You can watch this for free on canopy.com. For more information, head to queerscreen.org.au to check out the latest film news, become a member and get information on their next film festival. Also, we'd like to say a massive thank you to Lisa Rose, the festival director, who has worked hard all series to recommend some of the best films for your viewing pleasure. Thank you. Now, our next guest has, without a doubt, one of the most distinctive voices in Australia. She's graced our screens on shows like The Voice, taken to the stage in hit musicals like The Bodyguard, and is about to launch a brand new online concert series. She is the incredible Diva Deluxe. It's Miss Prinny Stevens.
Prinny, always looking like a diva.
Honey, I did in 2 seconds.
I wish I could do it in 2 seconds. My sex life's the only thing I can do in 2 seconds.
And you're standing up as well. It's like you're performing. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I've been waiting until the very last episode to grace the screens. But
Saving
I'm so glad
the best for last,
yes. Listen, we love you. You've got an amazing voice. Tell us about The Voice, because obviously that must have been the best experience.
Yeah, I mean, so much so I did it twice, right? I was on the very first season and battled my best mate, Mahalia Barnes.
And what can you speak about that, actually? What was that like for you, having to go up against your best mate like that? That must have been quite daunting.
Awful.
Yeah,
it
totally.
was awful. remember and you know TV Land, they put the two of us last. It was like 11 o'clock at night. We'd been there since 5 a.m. We both had our little girls with us, and they'd just been feeding them sugar all day. So by the time we got there, they were just nuts. But you know, that at that time, we were doing this show that we didn't know whether it was going to be huge or we just didn't know. So there was a lot of like angst around it. But you were kind of fighting for something that you didn't even know because, like I said, it was a brand new show. But it's crazy because Mahaley's been one of my best friends forever. But we never thought to sing together. And I'm very proud to say that we still sing now. Our voices just
I love that.
match.
And what was it like being an all-star? Because you got to be an all-star in the end. That must have been pretty nice to be asked back to be an all-star.
Yeah, I was the very first one, which meant that I got a lot of flack. But I think they knew that I was the kind of person who could take it. It was a lot, but I don't regret it. I loved it. I'm a huge advocate for the show, and I'm one of those people, I just never stop. The hustle never ends.
You do. And listen, if we move on to The Bodyguard, this is just something that, you know, you can't do that unless you're a bloomin' good singer. And obviously you're fantastic. It must have been so good to be able to belt out all those songs. Tell us about that experience.
Oh my goodness. Doing The Bodyguard with Paulini, I just remember someone said to me, like, how does it feel? I said, they chose 2 women in Australia to sing those songs every night. Whitney Houston, it was amazing. And to share the stage with her every night, we sang Run to You every night, and it was such an amazing experience and one I'd love to do again.
Did you love being the evil, jealous sister?
You know what? When I first found out, I was like, she wants to be the other. But you know what? Being the evil sister was amazing. I loved it. I was like, for me, let's be real.
I know, and I do love that you get to sing that duet, the both of you in the show. I think it's a really great the way they've arranged that. It's really fabulous.
It was really cool. We weren't allowed to actually look at each other because we were in different rooms. So it was really hard to sing together, but not looking at each other. So that took us a while, but in the end, it was awesome.
And I believe you've got your Diva series coming up. Is that right?
Yeah, I do. So I've been doing Diva series for about, 5 to 6 years now, even before The Bodyguard. For me, I know,
I have seen you do a bit of Beyonce in the clubs once or twice.
Once or twice still. I think I've done all of them before, and I just wanted to dedicate a night to, each and every diva and kind of just give them the moment that they deserve. And people loved it. And, with everything that's gone on with, isolation, and you guys have been in the forefront of, doing this online streaming, which, kudos to you guys. And I know the whole team there have been working so hard. And you guys are one of the first ones to go out.
And in saying that, Prinny, give it up for the fantastic team here at Stonewall. They deserve a round of applause. Because people at home don't see them. And you guys really do an incredible job. Because without those people, this stuff would not happen.
Yeah, they work so hard.
Thank you for saying that, Prinny. I appreciate it.
It's a lot, and they only see us here, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, and I think this is going to be the way of the world now. I think online and live performance is just going to be kind of all be in one, and I knew that I had to switch it up and make Diva series, turn it into 2020.
Can you give us a bit of a song? Can you belt out something for us, please?
Can you be like a jukebox and I put a coin in and I pick my favourite diva? Can we play a game?
Yes. Okay.
I'm putting my $2 in because it's all I got. It's my last $2. All right, Prinny. I want Mariah Carey, please.
Mariah Carey. Okay. Which one am I going to do? There's a hero when you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you look into your soul. I'm waiting for you to put the money in.
Sorry, Joe.
That's all you get for $2.
Sorry. It's just a nail. There you go. You really are a true diva, Prinny.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Diva. Should we do some Whitney?
Yes!
Oh, sorry, got to put another nail in. One sec,
Hang on.
got to get another nail.
There we go.
Whitney, there we go, nail in.
There
Off
we
you
go.
go.
How will I know if he really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet. I'm asking you, cause you know about these things. How will I know if he is thinking of me? I try to fall, but I'm too shy, I can't speak. Falling in love is so bittersweet. Our love is strong, why do I feel weak? How will I know? How will I know? How will I know?
Oh, yes!
I actually think I love that song more than I want to dance with somebody. I hate to say it.
Oh, my God. That was absolutely awesome. That was amazing. I wish we had more time and fake nails to listen to you all night, but we can't. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you guys and congratulations on an amazing season. We love you guys. Sydney loves you.
Oh,
Mwah.
thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Prinny. And good luck with your little girl as well. I know you adore her.
Makes it look so easy. Right. Are you going to go off now?
Yes, I've got things to do
All right,
because
love.
things
Off
are
you
coming
go.
to an end and
Yes.
I have to prepare.
Off you go. Right. Now, we really love hearing about those in the community who are doing so much to help and support others. Those people who truly are the little heroes amongst us. Now, this week's little hero is not so little at all. In fact, they are easily one of the biggest heroes we've ever seen. They are one of the most inspiring and brave collectives of people in the world. They are the LGBT+ rights group in Ghana. Now, they started as a Facebook group back in 2018, but last year began meeting monthly in the capital city of Accra, and with a growing team of volunteers single-handedly taking on the fight for legal rights and protection of LGBT+ people in Ghana. We have a video that was documented exactly 1 year ago by our fabulous producer, Mike, not long after their fight for the LGBT+ rights began. Take a look.
Hi everybody, my name is Alex Kofi Donko. I'm from Ghana. I'm a Ghanaian, born right here in Accra. Proud to be gay because I feel that being gay is actually normal. I did not grow up picking up this lifestyle or anything. I grew up having this feeling. I grew up like normally. Gay people are not some aliens coming from outer space. Gay people are the very ordinary people that you see every day in our life. They are the doctors that save you when you are sick. They are the lawyers that defend you in court. They are the engineers that construct the road that you walk on. They are the mothers, the fathers, the brothers, the sisters, your best friend. I created, first of all, a Facebook group called LGBT+ Rights Ghana. I made the name very bold as LGBT+ Rights Ghana because I actually wanted people who are LGBT persons to be able to identify easily. And I also felt like we as LGBT persons have been hiding for way too long, and there is a need for us to create that visibility. We are there. We are not aliens. We are not some second-class people or some low-class persons such that, or we are not doing anything offensive, or we are not doing anything wrong that we should be hiding. The overall aim of the movement was to have a safe and inclusive society for LGBT+ persons in Ghana. We envision a country where LGBT+ persons' rights are respected and protected. Our mission is to form a formidable movement that champions the fight for LGBT freedom in Ghana. We felt like we are not going to be apologetic of what we do. We feel like this is us and this is what we're going to do. And the very first objective is to create a safe space for LGBT+ persons in Ghana. So the second objective is to ensure equal rights for LGBT persons in Ghana. The third objective is to ensure that LGBT+ persons' rights are respected and protected. The fourth objective is to develop activities that will empower LGBT persons in Ghana. We feel like there is a need for us to develop activities, initiatives that will always constantly empower the community. The fifth and then the last objective of the movement is to create an alliance between individual groups, organizations, and movements who are allies to the movement. We feel like the fight is not just LGBT persons alone. We need to move beyond our comfort zones. There are allies, there are institutions, there are movements, there are organizations who also have the interests of LGBT persons at heart. So right now as a movement, we need a space, we need resources, financially, resources, tangible resource, anything at all that will get a movement going. The name LGBT Rights Ghana is going to be there with no apologies. LGBT persons are everywhere and LGBT persons are fabulous. You're fabulous.
Just amazing. Now, since this video was filmed, they have grown even bigger and stronger, but they need our help and are now accepting donations. Your support and donations help empower members of their beloved LGBTIQ+ community and help those who are financially constrained in Ghana. Details and direct donations can be made at their website, lgbtrightsgh.org. Okay, each week we've explored important issues in the community from world pride to life-saving journalism. Things may be going back to normal shortly for some, but many people are still struggling from the long-term effects of the lockdown and isolation. We thought it was really important to get Chris James from GaySydneyCouncillor.org back one final time to give us all some insight in how we can best support ourselves and each other. Welcome back, Chris.
See you again, Steve.
It's great to have you back again. We had you on week one, right in the thick of it, wasn't it? Like, that's when it was really kicking off, and there was a lot of issues that people were facing then.
Yeah, there was just this real uncertainty of what's going on for everyone at that point, and fears for safety, fears for health, fears of things happening to our friends and our family. We didn't really know what was going on, so there was lots of confusion. There was mixed messages going on as well, and I really like the way that you were saying before about, you know, going back to some form of normality. And I know that a lot of people have been talking about this embracing of the new normal, and yes, for some people have been loving this. They've been able to work from home. They've been able to spend more time with their families. They've been able to slow down, which has been fantastic. And they're looking at ways to try incorporate that in their lives even more now. But for some people, their lives have been shattered. They've lost their jobs. They've lost any kind of hope of what they were planning to do for this year. So it's those people that we really need to be trying to look out for.
What has been the main problems people have had over the last 10 weeks, have you found?
So, well, interestingly, we've tended to find that people who may be a little bit more introverted, and when their anxiety comes up for them, they've actually been really thriving because they've been enjoying that time to themselves, and they've been finding that this isolation has been allowing them a chance to recharge, whereas people who are used to being out and about, getting their energy from lots of people, those are people who've been struggling quite a little bit, we found,
We talked about this last time. We kind of tried to spin it into a positive, didn't we, about saying that, look, everyone's experiencing this. It's not just you. We're all having a shit time. But, you know, you can turn this into a positive and spend more time with yourself and, of course, maybe reaching out to other people and trying to get the best out of it. Have you found people have been doing that?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, something that someone said to me the other day was they were trying to treat this year as a gap year. So that was them. They'd lost their job. They had lost their holiday plans that they were meant to be doing, and things were just not looking good for them. But they've decided that, like, right, this year's a bit of a gap year, going to try and rethink what it is that they want to do, how they're going to do that. So that's a really nice way to try to put a positive spin on it.
I think we are about to slowly get back into normality, whatever that's going to be. And in a funny, weird way, I'm now thinking that's daunting because I've just got used to being in the lockdown and the world being turned upside down. So it's now almost another thing we've got to deal with, which is getting back into what we did before, which I think a lot of people might struggle with as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think what we should try to take from that is trying to focus on the resilience that we may have managed to acquire during this time. So we went through something that most of us have never been through before, and some people found it harder, some people found it quite easy, some people needed to reach out a little bit more. But the fact that many of us are trying to find ways to build our resilience through that, hopefully this shift and change that we're going to be finding going back into this version of the new normal or whatever that might be, we need to try really call on that resilience to help us through.
What kind of advice can you give people who are struggling now getting back to normality?
We're all different. We're all going to get to where we want to get to at different times, different paces. We need to remember what works for us might not work for someone else. Now, we're really good at giving each other advice on what we think works well, but that may be really detrimental to someone else that we're trying to help out. So being able to make sure things that are really important are keeping connected, having some form of purpose. So, for a lot of people, their career was their purpose, and it's about now trying to find at least one thing in your day that is worthwhile getting up for and doing something for, and keeping moving, exercising the mind, exercising the brain.
I think we've always said this, to keep in contact with your friends, reach out when you need to, and I think a lot of people have done that, and so I think a lot of people have taken the advice that you've said and are doing that now, and I think what would be important, tell me if you agree, is to continue doing that, because you can easily slip back into the crazy life that we were in before, but maybe try not to, because, to keep yourself, doing what made you happy and what you learnt, don't let go of that or forget about that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's really important to remember that we need to focus on what things we realised through this time didn't make us feel good, and what are the things that did make us feel good. And a lot of people have been saying that they're zoomed out, they've had way too many video calls, but there was a time where people were really enjoying that. So it's about remembering to tap into that as and when you need it.
Yeah, remember the things that made you happy. And I think we've all learnt, whether we like it or not, new things about ourselves. You've got no choice, right?
Yeah.
Not just playing with yourselves, but learning about yourselves as well. Because we've all done that. Chris, thank you so much for coming on. It's so good to see you again. And thank you for your advice. It's great to have you on the show. Now, you can get more information at gaysydneycouncillor.org. Now, we are, of course, donating 10% of tonight's donations to an incredible mental health charity, and tonight we chose Are You OK? Are You OK is an Australian suicide prevention charity reminding people that having meaningful conversations with mates and loved ones could save lives. To find out how you can help or get involved, please head to areyouok.org.au. And guys, just remember, as we were saying, look out for each other, keep checking in on your friends, and stay connected. Okay. Wow. It has been 10 weeks. I cannot believe we have been here for 10 weeks since the idea for Live from Stonewall was conceived. In those 10 weeks, our team of 15 creatives have worked tirelessly, donating hundreds of hours a week between them to make this show happen. Alongside the amazing team here at Stonewall, just a remarkable effort. It's been amazing. We've had over 100 guests join us from all over the world, including stage icons, music and drag superstars, TV legends, and some of the most incredible people from our local community. We've even had a straight white man on the show. We've had them all. Now, we've had over 100,000 views. Well done, everyone. Wow. Amazing. Look, we've laughed, we've cried, sang, and scrubbed our way through 10 glorious shows. Let's take a look back at some of our favourite moments.
Hit it!
Oh, look here.
You look gorgeous tonight. Look at
Thank you. I wish I could return the compliment.
Oh, I look quite pretty, don't I?
The night is called Eurovision, not No Vision.
You don't have to dress like you're dying, honey. My God.
You can call me Big Dick.
I've got about 5 vibrators in my drawer.
Oh, my God. I want to be passed around like an NIKKI backstage in the VIP at Mardi Gras. I will survive.
I just bent over and pulled my pants down.
You haven't heard that before, have you?
Newcomers, a Fruit Loop.
Well, that's what I feel like I'm wearing.
Count me in as one of your deadly allies.
And I need you now tonight.
I love the community. I love what you guys represent.
Take a message back from me. Shall I keep going?
I now love this show. Now I've been on it. Before that, I couldn't have given a rat's ass.
1. Oh, yeah. Everybody's gay now, aren't they?
2.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
More.
Back up.
I can't get back up.
Hydration.
love you, Pam, and everyone.
I gotta make videos. Oh my God, the internet needs me.
Fuck that. And then they were like, wait, can I swear?
I personally like him big and fat.
Moist.
Or take a look.
I am an influencer.
I'm the fucking tiger queen.
Oh, fuck off.
He's a fucking idiot.
And they're all stoned or brain dead.
You don't hear that every day.
What I did, you love.
Oh.
I'd actually watch that show, I think.
Forgot I did half of that. Now, we can't thank everyone enough for everything they've done to support
Just before
our
you
show.
can we just thank Joseph for that incredible editing?
Joseph did that.
It was amazing. Sorry to interrupt you,
That's
but
all right.
that was absolutely fantastic.
That
Sorry
was
to
good.
interrupt
That's
you,
all
Steve.
right. Look, it's been a life-changing experience for all of us. Thanks to the Stonewall. Huge thanks to all the stars who joined us tonight and over the last 10 weeks. Thanks to our in-house DJs. Thanks to our sexy barman, Yvonne. We love you. And to Pam Demick, of course, for keeping us clean. Thank you, Pam. And now, of course, every act deserves an encore. And we are delighted to announce we have been awarded a City of Sydney Cultural Resilience Grant. Oh, yes! This means we will be back soon with a massive Pride special at the end of June, which we're all excited about. Well done. If you've enjoyed tonight's show, please share us with your friends. And remember, look out for each other, keep checking in on your friends, and stay connected. And Minnie and I would like to do a quick thank you as well to our fabulous producer, Mike. Mike Wesley has done a lot for us from the very beginning, and we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and Joseph, and Yazzie, and the entire crew who are all behind us right now, and everyone who have done so much. You came up with this idea, Mike, and you have done so well, and you're executive producer. You need a fucking 100 other names, titles that you've done as well, and we love you.
And that's the thing that I think people forget. They see Steve and I, the DJ, Yvonne, Pam, but there's triple us here that are giving up their time, and they gave up their time to have this for the community. So I'd like to thank you all for doing that.
Thank you so much.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to give me a job after this, feel free to DM me.
But seriously, guys, thank you so much. And thank you to Jim and his team and everyone. It's been fantastic. Now, for the very last time this series, here she is singing us out. It's Minnie's Happy Ending.
Now, Pam, I know it's the end, but you know what I did for you? I bought you a present. I bought you your own T-shirt. So, there you go. That's for you. You can purchase Pam Demick's merchandise online. I bought it for her because I figured she really need one. Thank you, Johnny. So, last night I sat up. Oh, no, keep playing. Oh, yeah. Last night I sat up and, Pam, I wrote a song just for you. Every little lyric. Hope you enjoy it. We've come to the end. Time to switch off the camera. Pam, get your Windex. Wipe those last germs away. Can't see her face. She'll clean to the morning. Pam, don't be sad. We'll reopen one day. Then suddenly Stonewall, a hot barman will serve you. Drags with glamorous makeup. You might get a boyfriend. And suddenly Stonewall, it will provide you a place to belong to. Stonewall's management here will treat you real kindly. If asked to leave early, you're over the limit for sure. You might meet a guy and he'll ask for a blowy. I'll say, cubicle 3, he'll say, sure. Suddenly Stonewall, I've a cock up inside me. He's giving me orders. I'll be on my knees in the end. Suddenly Stonewall. Hope security don't catch me. I want a happy ending. Stonewall, we all have these feelings to get back together. Remember the good times, being happy and gay. We know this place can be strange and quite frightening, but from this big old puff, I just wanna say, suddenly Stonewall, thanks for being there for me. Suddenly Stonewall, I can be who I am. I get to be more. That homo inside me, a place I belong to, a place we belong to, a place we belong to. Stonewall's your friend, my friend. Not too bad for writing that yesterday. See you later, everyone. Oh, and Pam, love you, you dickhead.